Today I'm celebrating the arrival of a Ohira Renge Suita. Renge refers to a flowery pattern, which you will see over here. And this stone is handpicked by a good friend of mine. He went to Japan and he went to the best sources where to buy Japanese natural stones. In order to show you the finish of the knife, I will start by using this Manaka knife, and this one is finished on a Uchigimori stone, also with lots of renge. This is a very good and special stone for me. It's soaking in water to get a little bit softer. And at this time I'm using a mikawa nagura. I will make a little bit of a slurry on it. The slurry comes from a chew nagura, which has gifted to me by a friend. And I will first polish the shinogi line, putting my fingers near the shinogi line and polishing lengthwise on the stone, because these are the final stages. And what you can see is that there's a grayish slurry coming, which tells me that metal is removed by the stone. When I have the end of the blade, there's a little bit of convexity at the tip, and if I would keep it flat, I wouldn't be able to touch the whole blade. So I have to play a little bit with my wrist in order to make contact with the stone on any part of the blade, without creating a little, facet, if you like, that will make light shatter another way. So it has to be very subtle, and it has to be there, otherwise I would be creating a facet anyway. I'm not putting any pressure on the knife. Because I don't want to make scratches. And the finish is pretty good on its own. But I can still, I don't know if you can see it, but I'm still seeing little tiny scratches on the soft steel. Yeah, there it is. If you look closely, there is a small scratch. That was the shinogi line and down, and now I'm placing my fingers a little bit more to the forge weld line, which is where the clad, the softer steel, meets the core steel. It's a little bit in the middle. And now I'm putting my pressure over there. I will clamp the stone a little bit more, not to make a noise for the video. Well, it does make a noise, well, can't help it. And again, I'm following the convexity of the blade again. So I'm twisting a little bit with my wrist. And at the tip where there's more convexity, I have to compensate for this convexity to exaggerate. I don't know if the pronunciation is correct, but I have to exaggerate the twist in order to meet the full convexity of the blade without creating a facet. That would shine or create a different lighting on the tip, which is undesirable. So this mikawa nagura is pretty much capable of creating a very nice finish on its own. If you make a good foundation, you can make a pretty nice finish on it, which I will show. If you look very closely, it's hard to see any kind of scratches. But if I examine it in strong LED light, I can see little scratches in the light. But I don't think that the camera will catch it. Oh, I think there you can see a little bit of scratches. So this tells me this mikawa nagura is a very fine stone. But now I will go to the Suita for the first time. So I have no clue how it will perform, but well, of course I've been in contact with the seller, and I'm pretty sure it will be awesome. And by putting water on it, the coloring becomes more clear, and it has purple and gold colors on it. And the stone is just, well, somebody told me it was museum piece quality, and I totally agree. So now the testing of the stone is begun. And first I can feel that it's very fine. The sound is different. It's a little less scratchy than the mikawa nagura. And what you see immediately is that it's becoming grayish. It tells me the metal is coming off. So this stone cuts very well. And I almost hear no sound. Which tells me this stone is very fine. And again, I'm now going from the shinogi line down, and at the tip I have to play around with my wrist in order to catch all of the blade. And still there is a grayish slurry. Which I like very much. It tells me that the stone cuts, yet it's very fine. So now I can examine the first passes on the Suita from the shinogi line, this part and down. And I'm trying to catch the LED light in such a way that I can see the scratches, but well, I have to look with the blind eye. And from the shinogi line and down, it is very difficult to see any scratches. I'm actually doing a lot of effort to see, and well, the scratches will start from the clad line and down, and I didn't polish that part, so well, this looks very promising. See there on the core steel there are some scratches, so that's where I will go now. And if I go to the core steel, even when I put some pressure on it, I hear nothing. Here I can hear a little bit of sound. So that's an indication of the stone could make some scratches, but I'm not sure because it's so fine. But I will exploit this and look for this sound to see what happens. And on this part of the stone there is no sound at all. No, nothing. And here there's a little bit more sound. And a little bit is just, well, I don't know if you can hear it, but it's next to nothing. And if I release the pressure and maybe even lift the blade in this part, well, there's almost no sound. To the untrained eye, maybe somebody will say, well, what's he doing? But you can be assured that all the motion is very controlled. The pressure, the strokes, the length of the strokes, it's all a result of, well, many hours on stones, and by many I mean thousands. And this is such joy. It feels so good using this stone. Okay, I see a little bit of scratches on the shinogi line now. I'll make one pass on the section of the stone where I hear nothing. And I will do so again. And now I will actually put less than the weight of the blade on the stone. So I have to lift it a little bit and then let it glide over the stone. And then examine it again in the LED light. Okay, so if I take this portion of the stone where I hear nothing, with less than the weight of the blade, with no slurry, almost none, and the thing is that even if I have only water, it will not stick, the blade will not stick to the stone. And this is an indication of how fine it is. And the stone is, well, it's not that hard. It's not like a 5+ Nakayama, but it's not buttery soft like Maruoyana or Maruoyama Suita, but still it's just gliding over the stone. And well, that makes it very easy to work with. And now, well, okay, I'm quiet now. And the reason why I'm quiet is that there is almost no scratch to be found when I'm, well, actually looking for it. So this stone, I've been using it for the first time. And when it's wet, it has a beautiful appearance. And it totally amazes me how this stone performs. So consider me very lucky at this point. Thank you for watching. I'd like to hear some feedback in the comments or on the forums. And well, I love to hear your thoughts about the stone, the polishing, whatever. Thank you very much for watching.